How to establish an escalation process. Determine the business operations systems that require an escalation process, ones that need to be taken care of. Determine the criticality to your organization. Develop an escalation sequence for as many possible security events as possible that could affect business operations and systems identified in the previous step. Different things. If it's major, you want a corporate officer. If it's huge, whole building's gone, the CEO. If it's minor, you want the public relations person. Assign responsibilities for each action in the escalation sequence. Whether or not you bring in HR, whether or not you bring in legal, whether or not you bring in the security manager, network team. Assign time requirements for each action in the escalation sequence. If we can't have this done by tomorrow morning, we're going to have the press here. We want to get this step completed. Otherwise, we're going to need to have our spokesperson out there talking to the press, giving a whole lot of lies to make things sound better. We got things under control. This is us just making things look better. Yeah, I know it's still a smoldering hole in the ground, but we're making it look good. Develop a notification process by identifying the individuals or business units that need to be notified in the event of a security incident. Not everyone needs to be notified. You don't need HR if it's an external attacker, unless you think they're working with someone on the inside. Then they'll be involved. You don't need PR if it's a small thing that the press is unlikely to ever hear about and you don't want to make public. Who gets involved will depend upon what's happening. Determine when and how notification will be made. If your network's being hacked, I'm probably not going to send an email or an IM. I'm probably going to pick up the telephone or cell phone to cell phone because that's a completely separate network. How you notify, how you inform people may be based upon the type of attack. Determine who will be responsible for making the notifications. Your plan should state who is responsible, who has the right to declare an emergency, who has the right to put the team into action, and determine if any regulatory agencies require notification. Gramm-Leach-Bliley, HIPAA, Sarbanes-Oxley, FERC. Different regulations require notification of different regulatory agencies. If you don't do so, you go to jail or you pay fines. Someone tries to rob a bank, you got to call the FBI. There is no leeway there. They have to be told, and they have to investigate that. If you don't call the regulatory agency, you are the problem.